Hello and welcome to Force 13 Live. The live streaming service restarts. It's 8 PM UTC here at Force 13 HQ, and haven't we just witnessed a nice sunset? In the meantime, what's going on with the music there? My name's Nathan Foy. I'm in the studio. You can't see me because the webcam's outside, and I'm joined. Well, let's see if he can introduce himself, who is actually in the studio. This is the first time this has ever happened. Who is here?
Well, my name's Daniel. You'll probably know me from some of the events that have been taking
Daniel
place.
Hudson is here. Fantastic. Well, we're going to be here for at least half an hour to begin with. And then I believe Adam and friends will be coming in with the Caribbean Weather Desk. And after that, I'm not sure exactly what time, but we were initially expecting perhaps 9 PM UTC, but it might be a little bit later than that, so just over an hour. At some point, we will be doing the countdown, of course, to the official start of the Atlantic hurricane season. Now, we weren't expecting to be alone in this hour, me and Daniel. Otherwise, you might have been able to see something else apart from what's going on outside. But hey, it's a nice view at least. Daniel, what was your inspiration for coming all the way to Force 13 HQ this evening?
Mostly the participation, being part of the... I believe it's the first live show in quite a while, isn't it?
It's the first live show, as far as I'm aware, at least what I've done, since Cyclone Fantala. But there have been a few live events that were done, in fact, recently, just with Bonnie. And there was, oh goodness, wasn't there another one? Can't remember now. But definitely with Bonnie. But I think someone did a live show somewhere in between as well. Anyway, I can't remember. So what do you think of the storm situation? It's been a quiet year so far in 2016. Only 18 storms have formed, which is on par with the quietest season on record, 1979, though is just about starting to lose touch with 1988 for the quietest to this calendar date. But Daniel, what do you think?
Well, I figured that it's quite a quiet year, because there's not been much happening in regards to live shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to have an active season worldwide, or just in one basin or two basins?
I think I'm not too sure. I think some could pick up a bit.
Wonderful.
But honestly, it's nature. You can't really predict nature. Well, you can't really predict nature in the long run, can you? Really.
So whilst Daniel's here in the studio, let's. I'm going to try and get to know him here, and might need your viewers, the viewers, to help out.
Yeah.
So if you're watching, send in a comment on the YouTube page, and you know we'll reply. If you've got a question for Daniel Hudson, our affectionate nickname is Hotson, then just send it in. Ask Hotson. And he'll give you the answer. It might be a question about him, it might be a question about anything in the world. Temperature here at Force 13 HQ is 61 degrees Fahrenheit at 53 degrees north. It's been going down steadily all day. If you've been watching the pre-stream stuff that's been going on, we had a high earlier of 71, which is 21.5 Celsius, and it's now down to 16. And is going to continue sinking. As you can see, the sun's just set. Our main source of heat is gone, and we're going to be entering nightfall very soon. But as we enter night tonight, it's going to be a new dawn for the 2016 Atlantic hurricane season. Even though we've already had two storms, the official start of the season is coming up in just less than 4 hours, and we'll be taking you all the way to midnight UTC when it does become official. It's more ceremonious than anything, I guess, because of what we've seen. And even if there hadn't been any storms yet, it would be rather ceremonious, because some people would define it by a particular date, others may well define it by the formation date of the first storm. But there we go. So Daniel, what do you do when you're away from Force 13?
Well, I have two YouTube channels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The first one's a gaming channel. that I set up in 2009. It weren't really a serious channel at first, but then it's slowly become more serious. I did a few Let's Play videos where I play games, and I've got a second YouTube channel as well. Am I alright to talk about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. A second YouTube channel. Oh, by the way, the first one's called C-Rex, the second one's called Rex Pranks, and it's basically a prank call channel. But unlike most prank calls, which have people speaking down the microphone, I use soundboards, which are pre-recorded voices, and the results are quite hilarious.
Yes, I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
Apart from it being very harassing, eh?
I don't ring them up enough to really consider it harassing.
You're not like some of them then.
No, some people just do it ridiculous, just continuously.
Get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never done it.
No.
I'm not in trouble now.
Oh, good. Keep it that way. Yeah. What?
I was just going to say, hopefully I won't do after this broadcast.
Yes, indeed. So I hope you've done something wise there. You hot in here?
Kind of.
It is quite a warm room. It's been roasted by the sun all day at HQ. It's been a pleasant day. Down in the Force 13 Eco Garden, where we have an array of lights which are powered by solar, which seems to be the in thing these days, and we've certainly had enough of it to power the garden tonight. The weather's been quite good recently. So I guess at this point we'll talk a little bit about what's going on around the world in terms of storms. I don't have any graphics as it is right now, but at least we've got the background noise in the garden. You can hear the Force 13 garden. But let me just take a look and see what's going on with Bonnie. Last time I checked, the remnants of Bonnie were, of course, still going in the Atlantic. And it's not really been that much of an impressive storm, apart from when it was just about to make landfall, when it looked its best, when it was just starting to blow up quite a bit. Right now it's just lingering off the coast of the Carolinas, pretty much the border between South Carolina and North Carolina. There's some thunderstorms, it would seem, or some heavier showers, I would guess, occurring inland, but offshore it's pretty light, and I doubt it's going to give people too many headaches. But let me just take a look and see if there are any warnings out there in effect in relation to that, which there may well be. No, actually, there isn't a single warning, as far as I can tell, in the Carolinas. Well, there's the no immediate ones. There's a hazardous weather outlook in effect for some areas for southeast North Carolina and northeast South Carolina. Showers and isolated thunderstorms have the potential to create localized flooding through tonight, and nothing after that. And also a moderate risk of rip currents in effect until 8 PM EDT for southeast North Carolina. So just a few little things there, but nothing too serious. Though further north, I think there's also, yes, there's a beach hazard statement in effect for the beaches from Cape Lookout north, apparently. Most likely time of strong rip currents will be a couple of hours either side of low tide, which will occur around 9:30 am this morning. That's quite a long time ago then in that case, but it's still in effect at this time. So that's what's going on in North Carolina. Elsewhere, there is a strong possibility of new tropical development in the eastern Pacific right now. The National Hurricane Center have put a 10% chance on some showers and thunderstorms located near 110 degrees west and just short of 10 degrees north, and that's an 80% chance throughout the next 5 days. So that could well become our first named storm of the East Pacific. And ironically, I mentioned 1979 being the quietest year on record not so long ago. I'm not drawing too many parallels, but it just so happens that its 19th storm formed on this day in the Eastern Pacific. And that storm, if it does form, and no others form before it, would become number 19. So very eerily similar, at least with that one storm. Anyway, Daniel, what have you got to say?
Not much.
He's struggling,
Quite-
folks.
From what I've seen, it's not exactly the most active thing, is it?
What?
The whole of the American waters, the Pacific and the Atlantic.
The hurricanes?
No,
No.
they aren't any. That's what I was gonna.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Dead.
good.
Graveyard.
Well, whilst we're here, let's just point out what else is going on in the US right now. The warnings. There's a lot of flash flood watches occurring in Texas, central Texas more than anywhere, into the southernmost part of Oklahoma. There are also several warnings in southeastern California, into southern Nevada and southern Arizona, all for excessive heat watches. Let me see the specifics on that one. An excessive heat watch in effect from Saturday afternoon through Sunday evening. Can't remember what day we're on. Sunday, aren't we? No, it's not. It's Tuesday. Duh. What am I thinking? Tuesday, yeah. So that is quite a way into the future. Saturday afternoon through Sunday evening. So they must be rather confident about that. And the temperatures are expecting highs between 108 and 113 Fahrenheit, which is quite high, between 42 and 45 Celsius. Also, we have nothing else that's really serious, just a few hydrologic outlooks, mainly in Wyoming, and also one or two little areas further east as well, I think. But apart from that, nothing too serious, apart from quite a few gale warnings off the southwestern part of Alaska. Here in the UK, it's not looking so bad. Temperatures here, as I said, were 20 degrees, 21.5 here at HQ, a maximum of 24 in Glasgow, in Scotland, Western Scotland. And remarkably, Glasgow area is going to be one of the warmest parts of the UK over the next few days. That never really happens. It's usually the southeast, but this time it's gone the completely opposite direction to the northwest. But the balance will shift by Saturday, when the southeast starts to get that wee bit warmer than bonny Scotland. Bonny Scotland. By Saturday. But still warm all round, I have to say. The only real losers out of all that is the north east coast. So the east coast of England, Yorkshire northwards into Scotland, really missing out because it's quite chilly there. Highs of only 10s or 11s throughout the week, and the reason why is because of quite a bit of cloud cover and actually some rainfall occurring on Friday in the Edinburgh area and beyond. So, if you've got any questions or comments for us whilst we're on air, our team member Devon, Furnace Creek, to expect 117 Fahrenheit during the weekend. Very hot. What's that? About 47 degrees Celsius. Daniel, would you like to be in that?
No.
Would you like to be in a Category 5 hurricane instead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want to be in either one.
Yeah. Wonderful. All right. Well, the time's coming up to 9:15 here at Force 13 HQ. That's our local time, BST. Of course, the east coast of the US is 5 hours behind. If you're watching from there, hello, and indeed anywhere else. And let us know what's going on in your area and anything you'd like to draw our attention to, whether you're in the US or beyond. At which point, Daniel, is there anything you'd like to talk about in regards to yourself and what brought you to Force 13?
I just wanted to help out, basically. Because it have been a one-man website / YouTube channel, it obviously requires a lot of hard work, so I thought I'd provide some service to help out. And that's when the Team 13 started and people got involved.
Yeah, I just had to cough in the background. Usually when I'm doing something like that, I have to I mute the microphone because Daniel is here. I've been muting him as well.
No,
it's not good, is it? Hey.
Never mind.
There we are. Martin Schulin says that seems way too hot this time of year. Devon says it isn't. 112 Fahrenheit is the average in June. Crazy temperatures. The average here is a much more comfortable 66. But at least it's not a little bit higher. Anyway. This is Force 13 Live. We'll come back in a few moments. In the meantime, send in your questions, comments, whatever else you'd like to talk about, or whatever else you'd like us to talk about, and we'll be introducing the rest of the team, including the Caribbean Weather Desk, which will be coming on rather soon. Daniel, any last words?
No. Not that I can think of.
Good.
Hello and welcome to Force 13's live hangouts. As you can see, my name's Nathan Foy, and today, at least for the first minute, I'm upside down. I'm joined by my fellow upside down friends. Craig, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm upside down.
Fantastic. Daniel, hello.
Hello.
And the noise is coming from John.
I can't go upside down. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
If you spot a blooper on the Force 13 channel at any time this year in 2016, watching the 2015 bloopers right there, send us a message to our usual mediums and make a note of which point, at which time that you saw that blooper and in which video it is if it's already the one that's online, and we'll consider it for the 2016 blooper reel. Oh boy, here we go again. Hurricane Dean, Hurricane Alan, Hurricane Wilma, Hurricane Gilbert, Hurricane Emily, and many more in a documentary from Playa del Carmen, Mexico, August the 2nd to the 13th on Force 13. We're back. It's myself, Nathan Foy, in the chair at Force 13 HQ, also joined by our first ever studio guest, Daniel S. Hudson.
Hello.
Hudson River. Did sunset there at Force 13 HQ, and you just saw that little trail there about the Mexico documentaries that we're doing very soon, in about 9 weeks' time. We're also doing yet another summer solstice thingy-majig this year on June... well, around the solstice. We think it's going to be around the 23rd, something like that, and we're going to be basically camping out for a night and having some fun. Daniel, would you like to explain how it went last year?
Well, I think it went pretty well, to be honest, apart from I broke the tent.
Yes, you did that.
Yeah, it got fixed though in the end, luckily.
Yes, luckily.
But I enjoyed it.
Shameful. Indeed, we did many things, and we're hoping to do that again. We think we'll be having one or two other guests with us whilst we're there this time. We're going to Scotland to do it. Amazing, and you'll be able to see one of the shortest nights of the year.
Bonnie Scotland.
Bonnie Scotland, that one again. Let's remind you of what the naming lists are this year in the Atlantic and in the East Pacific whilst we're here. So, Daniel, can you tell me what the first name of the Atlantic season was? It's like a game show.
have no idea.
Come on now.
The first this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can't you remember it?
No, I'm
Back in
afraid-
January?
Oh,
No.
I'm afraid not. No.
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 It's not very good, is it?
Oh.
Oh.
I should have done my research.
You should have done your research. Alex was the
Oh.
first name. Come on now. Gotta do better than that. Followed by Bonnie, of course, which was... See, Devon's given the answer, Big Al. And then we've got the next storms. Colin, Danielle, Earl, Fiona, Gaston, Hermine, Ian, Julia, Carl, Lisa, Matthew, Nicole, Otto, Paula, Richard, Sherry, Tobias, Virginia, and Walter. A similar list to what it was in 2010, the first time Ian will be used. And actually, I thought I had it in my mind that Carl was retired, but clearly not. And I think all the other names are the same, aren't they? Yeah, from 2010. So just the one change, Ian instead of Igor, as far as I'm aware. In the East Pacific, we've got Agatha, Blas, Celia, Darby, Estelle, Frank, Georgette, Howard, Yvette, Javier, Kay, Lester, Madeline, Newton, Orlean, Payne, Rosalind, Seymour, Tina, Virgil, Winifred, Xavier, Yolanda, and Zik. Yolanda. People in the Philippines will be quite familiar with that name. The Philippine name for Haiyan, of course. So, oh yes, of course, Thomas. And Tobias replacing Thomas. Yes, thanks for that. And of course, we've got Gaston in the list, which Devon is extremely excited about. I can't wait till it's almost an inevitability it's going to form in the Atlantic this year. Come on, we've got to get to G, haven't we? When was the last time we didn't get to G? I'm trying to think for myself here. It's been quite some time. Was it? No. It must have been... Someone will let me know. But there we are. What?
Nothing.
Were you reading the comments?
Yeah.
Do you want to read them out?
Martinez Julian says Yvette replaces ISIS because of the terrorist group with the same name.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And, well, you're the only person in the Force 13 team that's ever been to HQ, so your comments about it, please.
About the ISIS thing?
No, about HQ,
Oh, right.
dummy.
I think it's pretty good. It's really professional.
That's good to know.
The work desk.
Great.
We've got 2 monitors, 2 PCs. Say we don't have 2 Nathans.
You sure
Twice the
about
work
that?
done.
You sure about that? All right. Well, let's see. Yep. What else should we discuss? Is there anything that you've not got that long here at HQ, Daniel? So you got to make the most of it
Yeah.
all night. Is there anything that you want to crowbar into the call? So tell us more about these prank calls.
Oh, I was going to talk about the music collection thing I've made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, basically, I've recently only just got round to releasing some music that I've made over the years.
Look at me like that.
Yeah. Well, the first track I made was to a college project in 2013, and
Right.
basically, just everything I've made over the years. I've only just recently got back into.
Could we
doing it.
possibly play some of it?
If you can find it, it's on. Well, of course you can find it. It's on SoundCloud under my name, under the name C-Rex, I believe.
But we acquired some copies, didn't we? Advanced
Yeah.
copies. I'm trying to see if I can find them, but it's not great to do when we're live.
No.
I can't seem to find them right
They
now.
also might not be the final versions.
Oh,
Yeah.
well there they are.
I'm gonna say. Oh, that's just weird.
Weird.
Yeah, they've got the computers are generated names for one of them.
Oh,
That's strange.
that is
You
strange.
can play them, but I don't know if they're the final ones I'm happy with. But
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh. Well, never mind then.
Are there? Oh. Everyone's
Oh.
talking about the J name. I don't know if they're referring to last time we never got to G, which is what I was supposed to say if I said it. Supposed to say it wrong, but that's what I meant at least. What was track number 1?
I'd say the one I'm happy with.
Go on.
Most happy with is the most recent one I sent to you.
Which one's that?
It won't be on there. It's called.
Do you want to write it down?
I believe it's called 96.
96?
Yeah, it's the most recent one I've made.
90. I've never heard of that before. Why is it called 96?
Because it was meant to sound like it was made in 1996. I've got another one called 94, but that one was just named after my birth year.
Was it now?
Yeah. I don't know if it'd be called it on there. It should be.
Everyone knows how old you are.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to be called I did. Let's just give up on that one
Yeah.
for the time being. Crikey. Okay. So, well, I'm at a loss of where to go next. No, tell me about those prank call victims. Come on now.
Okay.
Come on now.
Well, the prank calls I make, the soundboard prank calls. As I've been prank calling people, I've created characters and depictions of the victims because obviously you can't see what they look like. So I've downloaded images off the internet and edited them to suit what the victims' voices are like. And one such victim is called the Posh Healing Lady. I don't think I'm going to reveal her actual name on.
No, don't.
No, I'll name. Do you want me to name some of the victims?
Sorry?
Do you want me to name some of the victims?
No.
No, I
Not
don't
their
mean,
real names.
No, I mean the nicknames they've been given.
Yeah, go on then.
Well, we've got first of all we've got the Posh Healing Lady.
And they all English?
Yeah.
So they're all here in the UK?
Yeah, I tend to only call people.
You've
from
not
the
called
UK.
any angry Americans?
I
Like
might
a
have
lot
done.
of prank callers do that.
Yeah. I might have done, but I haven't loaded them.
I think you get more variety of responses with the English people.
Yeah, it's funny. I think it's
Just
cheaper as well.
Just because they're too polite.
Yeah.
Most of the people here too polite.
Yeah. Well, do you want me to start giving them?
Well, if you want
Okay.
to, we were going to run out of time if you carry on blabbing.
Well, we've got the Posh Healing Lady. She's obviously lives in Ealing, which is in London. She's quite posh. She's not very rude. Well, she's not very rude, I'd say. Well, she is, but she's subtly rude. She's arrogant. We've got a rudely awoken lady who I rung up at midnight back in August 2014. She wasn't too happy about that.
No,
she wasn't.
no.
I called her back a few other times, but the first call I think was the best. Who else have we got? Oh yeah, the angry British grandma.
Right.
She lives She lives in the Manchester area. She's
Wonderful.
yeah. She goes crazy at when she's called. She seems to think that it's mostly when it's called with a soundboard of herself because I like to make recordings of people's own voices and call them back with their voice. With her voice, when she hears her voice, she thinks it's another woman who's trying to wind her up on the phone, so she likes to scream at her and stuff like that.
Crikey.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry if I've been rambling on a bit.
No, not at all.
Well,
I was just looking at other things, cross-checking right there while you were talking, which is great news for me. Devon says GFS and ECMWF models picking up a possible subtropical low in the mid-Atlantic. GFS around 140 hours, ECMWF around 210. So it sounds like there's a little bit of uncertainty there. And we're just ticking over to half past. So Daniel, I'm not sure whether we're going to be joining whoever is waiting in the live. In fact, we will go on to that in a few moments. So Daniel, you stay put there,
okay.
right here even, and we'll get on to what's going on there. Now, we'll leave you with the background noise for a few moments. What's going on at the Force 13 HQ area? Stay tuned for more. We're counting down the Atlantic hurricane season very soon indeed. It's 3.5 hours until that happens. Okay, at this point, I believe I realise that there is no audio in the background for some inexplicable reason. I'm not sure exactly why that's the case, but I guess we'll keep talking for a few moments. Daniel, is there something you wanted to say that you couldn't get to say?
I was just talking about the prank call victims, really, the characters.
Oh, you're going more on about the characters.
Yeah. Well, there's not really much to say,
Well,
really.
you've just come on saying you want...
Well, it's like it's better off the people actually sit down and watch the videos themselves.
Oh, I see.
Get an idea what they're like. It's hard to describe, really.
Well...
I do know we've got one woman that whole I call her the sick grandma because she goes on about all her illnesses.
Oh
And
dear.
the fact she keeps getting phone calls from the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Not good.
No, because apparently a number was listed on the website, and that's how someone passed the number on to me. That's how they got hold of it, because they were going to prank call the Jehovah's Witnesses, and they got through to her instead. So,
Crikey.
stop that now.
Well, we're looking outside. You can see it still looks quite bright over there, but that's where the sunset was quite some time ago now. And we will be staying put here. For some reason, we couldn't get the outdoor noise working for some reason. I can't remember what I've done wrong, but clearly I've done something wrong. Which is why... Oh, I know why. There it is in the background now. You'll be able to hear that, I'm pretty sure. I can't hear it in my headphones, but I'm pretty sure it's there. I used the wrong dial.
Yeah.
What do you think I was going to say?
The wrong number.
No, not the wrong number. Definitely not the wrong number.
No.
Okay, well, we're going to take a short break, and we'll leave with the ambient noise for a few moments, and then we'll see who we can round up to talk to for a few more moments. Welcome back, this is Force 13 Live. I'm Nathan Foy. In the room with me is Daniel Hodson River. And joining us elsewhere is the Skype team, if we've got their audio. Hello?
Is it working?
Yes, we've got them. David
It is.
and John is the voices that you just heard, and Adam is also in the room ready. Where are they? There they are, all three of them.
You're back. Real quick.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
And good to be here.
Yes. David, have you been listening into our first half hour?
I've been listening to every word that's been said.
Almost like a comedy duo. Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't say comedy. I think it was
Agony.
a good one chat.
I just popped in like a minute ago, so I just gotta get my camera set up.
Okay.
Ice.
Okay, well here at Force 13 HQ, time's getting on in towards 25 to 10 local time. When it gets to 1 a.m. here is the official time when the Atlantic hurricane season begins. That'll be midnight UTC. So that's in just over 3 hours. Daniel, are you excited?
Sure.
Great.
Yeah.
You don't get many words out of him, do you?
Ha 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 ha
Word
ha.
machine.
Huh?
I'm not exactly a word machine, unlike some people.
A word machine.
Yeah.
Never heard that one before.
Never mind.
Are you a word processor?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Microsoft Hotson.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. Lolson.
Yes, indeed. Oh, look, John's about to appear. There's John. Nice to see you, John.
He's got his cat.
I'm getting double audio. I gotta fix.
Okay. Well, John's run off for a moment. Daniel, how long have you been tracking hurricanes?
I don't know. A year, maybe.
A year, maybe.
A year? Well, I've been with Force 13 for a year.
Right.
Yeah.
John.
What's that?
What? What's what?
What John's doing with the camera?
John's doing something or other with the camera. I think he's sorting out his
Fixed
audio.
it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fixed it.
John, what do you think? How many hurricane seasons have you witnessed properly?
Ooh, I mean, if I've tracked them or have I watched them is a big question. I mean, if I've been tracking them, it's probably since either 2009 or 2010, not 100% certain. It was more 2010 because Hurricane Earl got preempted
Yeah.
up here. So, yeah, but I have seen, I did track a train up to landfall when I was a kid. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the most famous United States tropical cyclones, if you guys are well aware of that.
Well, obviously.
It's Katrina. It's the big one. It's the costliest one ever. The check got cut out for $120 billion, I think. Not 100% certain on that number.
I
am indeed here.
don't think anyone could be 100% certain on that number. There's so much damage. Anyway, this is Adam. Has your show officially started now or not? Or what?
I guess it will start in about let's just say 2 minutes once we get all the formalities out the way.
$110 billion. That's still a very big check.
Yeah.
dear.
Sounds like me on a bored day. 10 million.
110 billion.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
Right, so Nathan, what was that question you had asked a while ago while you were asking everyone?
Which question now?
The very last question that you were
Just about hurricane
David.
seasons and how many hurricane seasons have you experienced and things along those lines.
Oh dear God! Geez, for me, many, too many.
Too many. Is that possible?
Probably. But let's just say that my experience is a good, well bit over 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well over 10 years.
And
10 years experience and a good many years of professional experience in the field.
We've discussed many of the storms you've experienced before. Are there any you'd like to recall right now?
Well, top down, my absolute favorite was Ivan. Obviously, because me currently being in Grand Cayman, at the time, in Ivan, I was here in Grand Cayman when Ivan ran us over with his big fat face and completely mauled the Cayman Islands. We had winds of exceeding 200, where we had storm surge that had covered the island from one side to the other. You could just imagine these big boats and these big like ferry-sized boats from one side of the island ends up on the other side of the island due to storm surge.
Wow, it's crazy. Daniel's laughing at something.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's so funny?
I don't think he's really suitable for discussion.
Yeah, of all times that China could arrive on your doorstep, it happens now.
Yes.
And we won't say any more.
No.
Moving on.
Okay. Are you sure that wasn't speeding 200 miles per hour?
Oh, who knows? John, what do you think of Bonnie right now? What's going on?
Bonnie, oh, I have mixed thoughts. Half my brain says it's dead, and the other half says that it could regenerate. That's what my thoughts. That's what my brain. What's my thought process on Bonnie right now?
Well, with Bonnie, I would say Bonnie is a cousin of another famous K-named storm that some of us might remember that just wouldn't die. I'm quite sure if those seasoned hurricane experts, I myself would definitely know what storm I'm talking about. That famous K-named storm that we all just was really angry at because it just wouldn't die. And Bonnie I think is its cousin, because this storm, even though it's been declassified as a tropical depression or tropical storm, this thing's still kicking, and this thing said, I don't want to stay in South Carolina. It did not like South Carolina. Don't know why. It decided to come back offshore, and it's still kicking. And you know what? Conditions aren't too bad for it for redevelopment. There's low wind shear. Well, moderate to low wind shear. There's moisture. There's convection spitting here and there around the system. Still has a well defined low-level circulation. Not as defined as it was when it made landfall, but it's still very impressive for a system that had made landfall and literally sat on top of land for what is it now? Almost more than a day, and then came back off. So. I'm very impressed with that, and it's now moving even more further east into the water and starting to tap into that Gulf Stream. So that should also help Bonnie, if Bonnie definitely decides that she wants to come back with a possible little bit of a vengeance.
Wonderful. Personally, I'm not seeing much in Bonnie right now.
I'm trying to research what name it is. I'm trying
It
to
still
figure
exists,
out.
Granted, but there's still some way for it to go, as it was when it first started.
No doubt that Bonnie has still some ways to go for this thing to come back fully, but yeah. Oh boy. Right. Scott.
David, is there anything that you would like to bring to people's attention at this juncture?
Not at this point in time. The only thing on the local front is we're going to see some nice rain, but I'll leave that till later.
I'm trying to find the page I was looking for. I think Nadine didn't die for a while.
You think? It was obvious.
No, I know.
By the way, I know why Mr. Scott has called me, has summoned me.
Yes. Just looking
You
at
do know. You do know, Nate, when I said that, it was a bit of a, kind of joke, right?
What now?
Trying to figure what was that K-name storm, by the way, called.
I'll give you a
Christy?
little. No, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. The first syllable is ka. Ka.
K-A. Oh god, if it's Katrina, I'm gonna be mad.
No, not Katrina.
Is it Kate?
I wish it was Kate. No.
Devon says Carl.
Try and look back before 2010.
2010. Oh god.
Before 2010. I'll give you a range between 2005 and 2010.
Makes me think 2007. I know it wasn't Katrina because Katrina's a cheap guess. And not 2007.
In the meantime, let me tell you what Devon's been saying for the East Pacific model outputs. ECMWF a weak low forming, that's about it. The GFS expecting a 990 millibar tropical low pressure to curve north and dissipate off the coast of Mexico. The CMC very similar to the GFS, just without the abrupt northward turn. The NavGem expects a TD or weak TS to hit Mexico in around 6 days. And that's it regarding that.
So is this in the Pacific as well?
There is an area of interest there.
There is a bit of activity going on in the East Pac. It may develop, it may not develop. Either way, it's not going to be affecting anybody except for the fishes in the ocean and the fishermen at sea. There was some talk about some possibility of another system making its way towards Mexico. Well, we'll see.
It's not Kika, was it? No, it was not Kika. No, it was no way Kika.
No, I was busy doing other things at the time. I missed the question.
I'll give you a bit more hint in the Atlantic.
I just looked through all the seasons between 2005 and 2010. Not Carl, because Carl didn't last that long.
The name is called Karen.
Oh, frick. What
Yeah.
year was this?
I believe
2009?
No, before 2009. I think it was before 2008.
2007?
Not 08.
Didn't even look.
Kyle was in 08.
Oh. That was briefly a hurricane.
Could be 07.
Why were you talking about it being stubborn?
Yeah, it was stubborn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
it was 07.
obviously.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't remember it, but me and the other guys who were around tracking, forecasting storms, we were, we needed a lot of painkillers after Karen.
Give you a headache?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's our
by the
first
way,
screen share.
It's the first screen share of the night.
First screen share of the night.
What could it be? Oh, I know. It starts with a B.
Don't think you need many guesses for this. Here it is.
Photo imagery of somewhat tropical Bonnie.
Of a naked tropical cyclone.
Yeah, well, that's no problem. I mean,
Well, in the 1950s, Bonnie would have got away with this.
Yeah, well, then again,
John reference to a quote there. Yes, very good.
Then again, 1950s stuff being naked wasn't really much of a taboo back then.
It relates to a blooper. I can't remember the exact line that we Referring to.
No, there's some convection going near the center. It looks like. So maybe Bonnie is trying to get its act together.
It's clearly got the cyclone shape, but there's a way for it to go. Isn't it the wind speed only 15 miles an hour right now?
I don't even think it's that anymore. Well,
it can't get much
new
lower.
new advisory should be in.
Should be in shortly.
5 p.m. advisory should be in.
I'll probably point out at
The
the
NHC
moment
aren't doing advisories,
what,
John.
I know.
yeah,
it's
it's WTC. Yeah. Well, while we're at it, I guess I better say what the NHC ATCF is saying on the great master Bonnie herself.
Oh, goodness me.
Well, we can always look at the tracker. Yeah, shameless advertising.
Right. Okay. So recently updated is 25 knots, pressure 1008 millibars, and hold up here.
So the ATCF still calls it a tropical depression.
They're calling it a low.
It's a random low.
What happened was that I think it was the 30th 12Z. ATCF had stopped tracking Bonnie, had just killed Bonnie off, and by 06Z this morning, they had redesignated it back into a tropical low, and yeah, that's kind of how Bonnie kind of came back to life.
So, do you think Bonnie will strengthen back into a tropical entity?
Well, I think after all, the main reason why it was declassified as a tropical system when it was declassified was because of the lack of convection. More recently, convection has been kind of firing off near the center of the system, especially since it came offshore. So, yeah.
I'm just lowering my tower here. Camera tower. There we go. You can see me more, I guess.
John the perfectionist right there.
Oh, shut up.
And that's the Force 13 tracker that he's got there, by the way. Force13.com/tracker. It's Jason's work. Fantastic of him.
Shameless advertising.
It's us doing. It's advertising ourselves. It's hardly shameless.
Okay, here we go. Here's RGB for those people who care. If it wants to work. RGB is broken, it looks like. There is no more RGB. Oh, there it is. The NHC are being stupid. Alright, I gotta leave around 5:15 because I get ready for a theater banquet tonight, so... Yeah.
Oh, looking at us. Stop looking at us looking at you, John. Oh my God. Wonderful.
So, Adam, I'm gonna type into you in the chat. Adam, just look in the chat for a minute, alright?
Alright.
Well, in the meantime, I'm going to talk to Daniel. David, you got something to say?
Yeah, perhaps John should promote, talking about promotion, perhaps John should fill in the viewers, what's coming up, the US scene.
Force 13.
Yes. Force 13 United States. It's on its
Yes,
way.
well, you're live,
on the
John,
pipe.
so...
Alright, I guess the cat's technically out of the bag now. Force 13 US is being officially launched on the 15th of June this month. So, Force 13 US, what does it entail? Well, I guess you guys are just going to wait for the trailer. So, the channel is up now if you want to take a peek at it. There's not much there, just a few test videos and things like that, like a 6-hour stream I ran of just showing Bonnie's floater imagery, so nothing of real interest on the channel just yet. So,
There's some interesting fine-tuning and also some interesting audio bloopers yet to be edited.
Yep. Adam, I'm going to send you something privately.
Okay.
Excellent stuff. So, guys, well, we're going to go to a break in just a few moments, but very quickly between the three of you, and we'll discuss this in more detail after the break. John, how many storms do you think will form in the Atlantic this year?
Ooh, tough question.
Guys, before
It is a tough question.
Before you say any more, I will be bringing in an extra guy who would also be wanting to talk about what their predictions for the season are, and of course my predictions. My predictions for the season, obviously running from my company, the Cayman Hurricane Center. So can we bring that one up after we come back from the break?
Well, of course.
Yes.
I was just passing the time, asking John briefly how many storms he thought would form.
Ooh.
Just the number. And then the reasoning behind it will come later.
Storm, aren't we? Are we playing Predictor Storm? So you want a total with or without Alex and Bonnie?
Yeah, with, please,
Just
quickly.
do it with Alex,
Okay.
because with people
okay. This total will include Hurricane Alex and Tropical Storm Bonnie. I am looking for a range between 15 to 17 name systems.
Wonderful. We'll continue it after the break.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Force 13 Spanish Show. Force 13 on Espanol. Every Sunday at 8 PM Eastern Standard Time. A game that comes with just one question. What is it, guys?
It's Hurricane Sandy.
No!
No. What is this storm?
Hurricane Rick.
Nope, not Hurricane Rick.
Do you know what? I might take a stab. Possibly, could it be Sandra?
No, it just begins with a name, Mike. What is it?
Typhoon, Haiyan.
Well, how about that? It is.
It
It's
is?
an earlier- Oh, big blow to Devon. But the answer is never quite as simple as the question. Guess the Storm on Force 13's live streaming service every Sunday at 10 PM UTC.